Hello guys, today I'll be reviewing Human by 3 Days Grace, the first album with Matt Walst. And yeah, I still remember the time when this album was coming out and the mixed reception that people were giving to this album when it came out. Some people liked it, some people didn't like it. Some people embraced Matt being in the band, while some people were just still upset about Adam being gone. But for me, when the album came out, I actually really dug it. I did have some issues with it, but I liked it enough to say that I would consider it a good album at the time. But anyways, let's go ahead and dive into the album. The album starts off with Human Race, and the song lyrically deals with never being satisfied while at the same time trying to find your place in the world. And common complaint that I see with this song is that it's really repetitive, especially when you look into the lyrics. And yeah, I get it, but for me, the repetition in the song has never really bothered me all that much, to be honest. I mean, I can understand how it would bother some people, but for me, again, it doesn't really bother me all that much, and it's actually one of my favorites on the album. Sure, not one of the most complicated songs in the world or ever written, but I personally like this song, and I also really like the solo too from Barry. But yeah, overall, I think it's a solid album opener. Again, a song that's maybe not for every fan, but I personally like it. But then we get to the song Painkiller, and this song lyrically is basically about everyone having at least one thing or something that they are addicted to. And this was the first song that we heard with Matt Walsh in the band, and I believe it came out in 2014, and when it came out, I actually liked it. I don't know if I can't remember if I loved it, but I do remember that I liked it at least. But the song, I'd say it's classic 3 Days Grace musically, and I think it's pretty catchy overall, especially the chorus. I mean, the song is short, structurally enough, not too complicated, and perfect for modern rock radio too. But overall, I think it's a solid song. But then we get to the song Fallen Angel, which is a fan favorite from the album, and for good reason. It's one of my favorites on the album, and lyrically it's personal for Neil, and I don't know, I really like this one. I think the melody stands out in this song, and I think this song has one of Matt Walsh's best vocal performances on the album, and yeah, again, probably easily one of the highlights on the album for me. But then we get to the song Landmine, and this song lyrically is basically about anger building up inside, eventually leading to snapping. And the song doesn't really do much to stand out in the album. You can maybe make the argument that it's kind of more of the same, but I like the song, but I've never really loved it though. But I do think the chorus is catchy though. But then we get to the song Tell Me Why, and this song is about losing something or someone that you love. And another song to me that doesn't really bring much new to the table, but again, I do really like it though. I would say that I do like it more than Landmine. And I think vocally Matt sounds pretty strong here in this song too. But Tell Me Why, I think it's a decent song. Then we get to I Am Machine, and this song is also basically about living life, living life, feeling that you can't escape an endless routine, whether it be a common habit that you have or something like that. But I Am Machine, it was one of the singles, and commercially it did decently, and I think it's a decent song. I don't know if it's my favorite of the singles, but either way, I still think it's a pretty good song. Then we get to the song So What, and the vibe that I get from the song is that it sounds like they're kind of going for this tough guy act, musically and lyrically with the song. At least, I don't know, maybe lyrically, but that's kind of the vibe that I get when I listen to this song. And that type of thing just doesn't work for 3 Days Grace, in my opinion. I mean, another song where they did that was the song Me Against You, which is on the next album, and I think it didn't really work that well with that song. And I think it works better with this song, So What, but So What, I wouldn't say it's a highlight on the album, but I think it's okay. I've heard some negativity for the song, not a lot, but I've seen some. But I personally think it's okay. But then we get to the song "Car Crash," and I believe the car crash thing with this song, I believe they use a car crash as a metaphor for something. I can't remember what it is. I read about it or heard about it somewhere. I can't remember where, but car crash. Musically, kind of dark, and I think the music complements Matt Wall's vocals well in this song, and they have some good chemistry too. And I think the song is okay. Not the most amazing song out there, but I think it's okay though. But then we get to one of my personal favorites on the album, "Nothing's Fair in Love and War," and this song is basically about struggles within a relationship. I like the kind of haunting instrumentation in the verses, and the chorus, while not the most complicated or most complex thing in the world, I do really like it overall. But yeah, this song has always been one of my personal favorites on the album. But then we get to the song "One Too Many," which I think is probably one of the weakest songs that they've ever written. Lyrically, a bit underwhelming, and the song in general just doesn't really bring much new to the table. You could make the argument that's kind of a throwaway track. I mean, it's not horror. I mean, I wouldn't say that it's god awful or horrible or unlistenable, but it's easily the weakest song on the album for me personally. But then we get to the song "The End Is Not the Answer," and this is basically an anti-suicide type of song. And I mean, the lyrical themes of the song have been done before in other songs and done better, but the song for what it is, I think it's okay. Again, not one of my personal favorites, but it's okay. It's not a song that I think to return to very often, but again, I think it's a decent song. But the album closes off with "The Real You," and the song is a ballad, and I do like the piano in this song, and I think Matt Walsh sounds not too bad in this song either. I do like his melodic voice in general. Now, when he sings with that grit in his voice, where he sounds a bit more angry, I do like the grit in his voice when he sounds more angry too. But I do also really like the more melodic side of his vocals too, and I think he vocally again sounds pretty good in this song. But overall, not a bad choice to close off the album, and I think this is actually one of the better songs of the second half. But overall, if I had to rate this album, I'd probably give it maybe a 7.5 out of 10. My rating could change at any time, but I'll go with a 7.5 to a 7.8 maybe. Yeah, not one of their best. Probably one of their weaker albums for me, and I'm sure many people would probably agree with me on that. But either way, I wouldn't say it's a bad album. The album, to me, it does have its share of highlights and even share songs that still hold up, actually. But anyways, let me know your thoughts on the album. Do you love it? Do you hate it? How does it compare to their other albums for you? How does it compare to Outsider and all that good stuff? But anyways, thanks for watching. Please leave a comment, like, subscribe. Have a nice day, and take care.